I got to update you guys about what's happening in Southern Oregon right now because it's getting crazy and this could change healthcare throughout the country. I've made a few skits about this. I might make some more, but right now I just got to tell you because Jimothy's tired. In 2023, Peace Health, which is a large hospital system in the Pacific Northwest, closed down University District Hospital, which is the only hospital in Eugene, Oregon. Eugene is where the University of Oregon is. It's a city of 200,000 people. This included closing the emergency department, which raised alarm bells for all the medical staff. They told admin this is a bad idea because all those patients are going to be shunted over to Springfield, the next town over, to Riverbend Hospital, where we don't have the hospital beds to accommodate all these people. We don't have the staffing. We don't have the equipment. It's going to be a mess. Of course, admin didn't listen. They said, no, it's going to be fine. We'll figure it out. But guess what? The doctors were right. Imagine that. With the increased volume, wait times skyrocketed. There wasn't enough resources to handle all the volume, just like the doctors predicted. And guess who took the blame? Not administrators for putting everybody in this position. No, it was the physicians, specifically the emergency physicians, who were the ones raising the alarm bells. Fast forward to November 2025, the CEO of Riverbend Hospital put out a call for proposals from emergency groups all over the country to vie for the contract for Peace Health Riverbend. Multiple groups submitted proposals, including the current group who's already there, who's been there for 35 years, Eugene Emergency Physicians. And in February 2026, we learned that Peace Health Riverbend would not be awarding this contract to the local group who's been there for decades, instead giving it to Apollo MD, a corporate management group based out of Atlanta, Georgia. None of their doctors even live here. They hired locums folks, just a bad form of medicine. Why did the CEO award the contract to Apollo MD? We still don't know. He's on the record saying it wasn't a financial decision. He's on the record saying it wasn't a performance issue. So what was it? Now, some of you might be thinking, he doesn't have to give a reason. This is business. Apollo MD had the better proposal. But wait, there's more. Just this past week, the emergency physicians compiled dozens of documents over the last 4 years that showed Jim McGovern, the CEO of Riverbend Hospital, putting pressure on physicians regarding clinical decision-making. This includes directing physicians to discharge certain patients or withhold diagnostic or therapeutic interventions, all to the contrary of the physician's clinical judgment. And some of this pressure was placed on physicians while these patients were still in the emergency department. Some of them had not even been seen yet by the doctor. And oh, by the way, Jim McGovern only has an administrative medical license, which means he's not allowed to influence clinical decision-making in any way. But here you have the CEO of the hospital who holds tremendous power over all the medical staff doing exactly that, putting pressure on physicians to practice medicine a certain way. This was going on for years, and in 2025, the emergency physicians were so fed up that they brought these concerns up the ladder to Peace Health System leadership, including CEO Sarah Ness. Eventually, Jim McGovern found out about those complaints and the identity of the physicians who made them, and wouldn't you know it, a short time later, he awards the emergency department contract to Apollo MD. I don't know. Seems like retaliation to me. And this is a massive problem because now you have staff that might be afraid to speak up about patient safety concerns because they might lose their job. So Eugene Emergency Physicians brought all this information to Peace Health leadership, and now Jim McGovern is on administrative leave pending an evaluation of this proposal process to make sure that it was done fairly and in good faith. Now, I told you, this whole saga has implications for healthcare in the rest of the country, and that's because of Oregon's first-of-its-kind corporate practice of medicine law, recently passed, that's meant to prevent exactly what's happening with Apollo MD. Companies like this, they set up dummy corporations in the state they're going to, and the owners of those corporations, they don't actually live and work in the state. By the way, don't take these Apollo MD locums jobs. This is what's happening. It's bad for communities. Eugene Emergency Physicians have already filed a lawsuit because this is a clear violation of this law. And if their lawsuit is successful, I can see a ton of other states enacting similar laws limiting the corporate practice of medicine in their state. And this matters to me personally because this is my home state. I live here. I can look in my backyard and practically see Jim McGovern's devil horns. I care about the people here. I'll also be speaking at a fundraiser May 1st in Eugene, Oregon, in support of the medical staff and these emergency physicians in helping out with their legal fees because this is so important and really could change healthcare for the better.